Hello, everyone. Hi, can you hear me? We're doing a test. Let me know if you can hear me or you can hear our guest for tonight.
It's good to be here. Good, making sure everything's working as it should.
Hi, Zane. Hello, Luca. How you doing, darling?
Probably pull up that one.
Hey, yo. Let me do a little roll call for everybody who's here. Hello, Jose on the YouTube side. Hello, Luca. Hello, Mystic Shadow, Grillo. Thank you all for stopping by. And also, James. Thank you for checking in with us on the Net City. And Miyoki saying, I hear you. I hear you both. Okay, that's good. That's good.
Nice.
Can you say hi? Let me raise the volume here. I can see that you're a little low on my side. I'm just eyeballing everything. I wings. Everything that I do in my life, I wing it. People think that I have a plan. I don't. I don't have a plan.
I mean, hey, that's the way to live. That's the way to live life. Got to live on the edge, you know.
Oh dear lord. But anyways, everyone, let's just move in. Let's just go in for the kill. I need to add a sound effect to that new transition animation that I have now. The stinger. I swear, when I debut with the Cyber Saint outfit, I am going to be more professional, chat. Don't worry. The border around your model. Ayo.
Well, it's an ongoing process. You know, if you took a look at my stuff really early on to when I started, it's a continual process. You're always going to continually develop and improve, and things are going to change, and that's just part of the game.
It is. Honestly, you're being completely true, and that's so real, for real. But anyway, let me stop being a fool. Let me do an introduction to everybody. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the In-Sain Podcast Plus episode, because we have a special guest, and this is also a VTuber chat show episode. You love your house. Love my house? Oh, well, tonight, this is not my house. This is not my house. We're actually on a fancy workshop because I need some maintenance done. And who else but to bring here someone who knows a thing or two about nuts and bolts. Am I correct on that information, by the way?
Oh, I don't want to toot my own horn a little bit, but I like to think I know my way around machines.
Yeah, it is a fancy workshop here. I thought it would be ideal. I think the theme, I stick out like a sore thumb. Normally, when I pick a setting for the VTubers, I try to like match the energy. But sometimes it's me. I am like the Neo Cyberpunk, very shiny. Like, who the hell is this like crossover character into other people's universe?
I mean, hey, that fits out though. With you being the standout, yeah, that makes sure all the attention's on that makes sure all the attention remains on you.
All right, thank you, Luca, for the confirmation that the guest is a little loud. I'm going to try and fix the audio as I go. At least this is just the beginning. We're not getting into the topics yet. And let me know if the music is like also very low in the background. I'm gonna keep it as low as possible. It's just some background noise. But anyways, enough maintenance. Hi everyone, and thank you for tuning in. And for those curious why we have outlines, I tried to go a little bit classic on the theme. We used to use these a lot on the In-Sain Podcast, and since today's topics is all about nostalgic stuff, and also just some other VTuber news involved in there, why not just bring the overlay again? We're using shoes. Lucas, since you're a VTuber, I can recommend what I'm using right now, so you can also use something like this too. And yeah, I'll just let me know, everybody. If you have any questions for our guests, feel free to type !ask for the command, and you can see the questions that pop. Not questions, but like an idea, like a hint of what you can do. Or if you want to check out any of our previous guests, you can also ask them in there. Here's all the information for those who are watching on the other side. And hello, Nocturne Game. It's good to see stuff from his workshop art back. Oh, I see.
Yeah, there's the Gremlin himself. Good to see you, Drunk. Thanks for stopping in.
Oh, okay. So
he's a good buddy of mine. We call him the resident drunk dwarf with gigantism, but he's a great guy. Highly recommend.
Recommend what? Like just recommending like VTuber guests and all that kind of stuff. Just let us know in our future shows. But tonight is all about the topics, and also, have you introduced yourself yet, by the way?
I can't say that I have. I was just kind of making sure that you got everything set up first, and we got everything squared away and ready. Let me see. Just to kind of take a minute and introduce myself. Hello, guys. I'm Kura Isagami. I'm the host of the Metarot News Network over on YouTube. Little bit about me. What I do basically is I take a lot of the news from the main official Metarot channel, and I will translate it into English, the highlights, compile all my stuff, and basically just report on what they announce in English, so people kind of know what's going on. That breaks down to a lot of like individual breakdowns and understandings of each of the new models they're introducing, if they're good, if they're not, what they do. I like to highlight a lot of art on my channel too from the Meta Rock community.
Oh yeah.
A lot of fantastic art and artists that honestly deserve all the praise and recognition. Basically, I'm just trying to be that little voice for the Western community and just kind of help Imagineer remember that, you know, we're here and we are supporting the series from afar, and we'd like to see it come back again. And I've been doing it for about almost 3 years now. I think starting early next month. I think if my calendar's correct, early next month. I think June 4th will be my 3rd year anniversary doing this. After realizing,
Whoa.
if no one's done this yet, I may as well do it myself.
Dang, that's a lot of commitment you mentioned there. Like you're trying to revive a community and keep it living with like a defibrillator.
Well, I'm trying, and it's been a very it's been a journey along the way. And like I said, it's been a continual development. Like compared to my early videos, compared to where I'm at now, is really scuffed really early on, trying to make sure things work and learning all these new shortcuts and tricks. And I've had some great friends in the biz that have been longer than I have, teaching me stuff along the way. One of my big bragging rights, I guess I can say, is that I've covered basically every last model in the game Meta S Unlimited Nova. So if you have questions on who they are, if they're good, what they do, I can guarantee you I have covered them in detail.
Wow. Holy crap. Yes, you have. I noticed that when I scroll through your YouTube, most of the things that I see is like analysis of specific characters. And I love that. You're like, you are literally, let me say it right now. Not to toot your horn a lot more than people will already, but you are one of the unsung heroes of the internet and history, because there's always, I remember a situation where I'm like, yay, I need to find information about this very obscure like Mega Man character, and I'm like, who's talking about this? And there's just that one video out there of one person that's like a mega fan, just like hyper focusing their freaking attention.
That's kind of me, but primarily because no one else has done it before. Like, there's a couple folks that are friends of mine that do like gameplays. I think another buddy of mine that's done Metarot stuff is a guy named Lord of the Losers. He does a lot of the early games. Really good guy. But no one's covered a lot of the newer stuff that's come out, like new announcements for the mobile game or any new art or merch or anything like that. No one's covered it. And I started originally on Discord in the community server for us, Project Rising Beetle, and it just started mostly just as a pinned comment in our game channel every week, just with just little tidbits and breakdowns. But it got to the point where there was just so much going on that I couldn't cram it all into the 2,000 character limit, even with Nitro. And I'm like, you know what? Let's experiment with using a different kind of format and see what happens. And surprisingly, well, here I am at over 900 subscribers and still growing. I don't know how, but it's been a journey, and it's been a fun one along the way, learning all the things that have been coming out, the new developments, and just seeing all the designs and all the fancy art and models I get with them too. It's nice. Like, it's someone has to cover it, no one has, and when it comes to the community, it's one of those things where if no one covers it, it basically will never get talked about. Yeah,
I'm actually showing here your YouTube channel. I literally typed the word meta, and you're like the first one to show up. I don't think that's because I've been searching about information about you, but it's like because of you writing all this stuff.
That's actually quite surprising. That's one of the main results too. But yeah, what I want to try to do recently too on my channel is when we have a collaboration, like with a really fancy, like with a really big franchise, like our last one that we just closed out was with Go Nagai, which was the author for like Mazinger Z, Devilman, Shin Getter Robo, the original, by the way. This is basically where all the mecha genre got its start. And what I've basically been wanting to try to do is, like, every time they host something like that, I kind of want to do a little of a retrospective about it and just kind of talk about, like, how well did it translate into into Metarot, or how, how interactive or engaging was it? I sadly was not able to do one for the Go Nagai collaboration because I was not able to get a response from a resident Go Nagai expert that wanted to tune in with me. But in the collaboration before that, which was Rockman X, I was able to have
Oh my
Proto Dude
god.
with me, who is basically like the internet expert for anything to do with the Mega Man series as a whole, and
Mega Man,
that was a
Meta.
lot of fun.
Yo, you like all this stuff that I used to like. I not maybe not as hyper focused as you, because if you call me like, yo, I can't call myself a fan in front of you. I like it, I love it. I have toys of it because I do have like Metaball like toys and Mega Man figures and Mega Man Battle Network figures and all that stuff. But they're like in my storage, and right now I'm focusing way too much on VTuber stuff to remember anything. But
Honestly, I'm not gonna gatekeep the term. If you enjoyed it, if you had it in your childhood, you're a fan through
yeah,
and through. I'm not gonna argue.
but
But like
actually,
I said,
uh-huh,
someone's had to cover it, and if
of
since
course,
no
of
one else
course.
has, I kind of took up the mantle, and it just kind of evolved from there.
No, you're fine. Actually, we gotta also proceed in an In-Sain Podcast old fashioned right now. We and also VTuber chat show, by the way. I just noticed that in Crusader Raven said a question, and this is from the Twitch side, and I also have a question from the from the from the YouTube side, but I think that's more of a prank. So first question here is, thank you for the highlight redeem. Don't forget that you can help me by seeing the questions with the highlight redeem. So here's a question by Inquisitive Raven. I heard that some of the older Medarod series are getting new Blu-ray releases soon. Are they a good entry point for newcomers?
Yes, primarily because if my knowledge of it is correct, because they've been releasing it in actual sub format, not dubbing, but in proper sub. That's
Okay,
much like a lot of other localized anime, which usually had things translated or cut or quote unquote censored, as you want to call it.
yeah,
Brock's Jelly Donuts is a perfect example of that. But
okay,
there was a couple scenes or some context of things that were actually changed between the dub of Metabots and the original sub of Metarot. So if you really want to kind of follow the original and the original adventure and kind of see how it goes, by all means, absolutely, because they were able to remaster the original first and second seasons in the actual proper episode order, which the dubbing kind of botched, for lack of a better term. And then
short answer,
recently with
yes.
the yes, basically, it's a
Short
very good
answer,
way to be
yes.
introduced. Yeah, I'm a little long-winded. Sorry about that, but no,
I'm sorry,
it's
I'm just
definitely a
being
very
funny
good.
here too.
No. I 100% can relate. I'm a little long-winded sometimes, but short
Nah,
answer, yes. It's a very good introductory to get into it, especially because Discotech had recently released the subbing that is available for purchase. So if you guys want to kind of follow it in order, not any, botch censored dub nonsense, definitely go ahead and do it.
Okay. So, oh, thank you for all that information. I'm always like, let's try to keep it like short and sweet with all the answers. Because
Yep. Sorry about
if,
that. Sorry
if it
about
were a
that.
conversation between you and me, cause like the one we had off stream one time, I would love to hear all about it. But right now, let's try and keep it short and sweet. No,
Yep.
no, you're a fascinating person, and I just want to say to let the people know, like, where the hell did you bring this person that you're gonna introduce exactly where you found them? VTuber lore. I'm gonna tell you all. So this wonderful individual invited me not once but twice to some awesome collab, and those were the collabs that I played. It was a content warning, and also it was Uno. The first time we playing Uno on stream, and it was very chaotic. That stream is
Oh,
actually
it
available.
was. We
Oh yeah,
we had a lot of fun with it though. That's what's most important.
I did. Yeah, no problem. And also, we got some other questions here on the YouTube side. Let's answer this one. Let's ask this one. This one's from Jose. They're saying, answer for the guest. The wubba dubba dub. I'm not reading that. Fuck you, Jose. Okay. They're just being silly. And there's also another question under that, and it says, ask him what he did for April Fools. Ooh.
What did I do for April Fools? Hide.
Hide. Wait, what? Why hide? Context, please.
Because I guess the easiest way I can explain it is my particular friend group is a circle of gremlins, and I use that term very endearingly. If I was not around, they probably would have set our server on fire 8 different ways from yesterday. So it's good. I usually try to make sure I keep it on the down low because I don't want to get caught by anything. But no, they still find really creative ways to do it though.
So Oh my god! You know what? This is one of the things that we also ask about in VTuber chat show. I usually ask people about like tell us like some fun stuff about their communities, their experiences, just to get a vibe of what happens on their streams in general and all that stuff. You said you've been streaming for more than 3 years. For more than 3 years? Wait, no, making content for 3 years.
Yes, correction is the creating content. I've been doing the pre-recorded segments for about 3 years. Come early next month. It wasn't until about 9 or 10 weeks ago, I think, I started actually streaming. And I tried to talk myself into doing it sooner, and I just kept getting cold feet because I'm like, okay, great, what do I need? Okay, I need this and this and this. Let me go make these first, and I end up never doing it. I'm an over preparer by nature, so I talked myself out of it. So finally, one day when I got my 3.0 model, which I hand drew, by the way, I'm so proud of it. It just took me a while to find a rigger for it. I figured, you know what? I'm like, you know what? I may as well go all in.
How long have you been a VTuber though?
About 3 years. Well, about 3 years. I started with a little PNG I had of my character from another friend of mine, and just kind of moved up from there.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's cool. That's cool. It's always a good way to start, and even some people can just remain as PNG tubers and do a fantastic job. Mm-hmm. That what matters at the end of the day is the level of content that they create, and it's all about it. It's not about the tools. It's about the usage of said tools. And thank you so much for the follows, little shrimpy. Oh, I have 2 alerts for some reason. I have to fix that. Oh, first cup of the night. You're welcome. Saying, no worry, everyone. Thank you for your support, and thank you for asking your questions. Right now, I'm gonna take a time to answer my questions, and then later you can all ask some more questions. I'm gonna give a window time frame for that because we still gotta touch the topic of the night. And hold on a second. There was one specific thing that I need to ask you right now, so you can get a feel of your, just more of your information in general. Okay, so this question, I'm jumping ahead of the script because I need to know. So you like this nostalgic stuff, and we're gonna talk more about it later. So my next question is, do you have any unusual hobbies outside of gaming, streaming, and all this anime stuff that you like?
Unusual hobbies.
Something that sticks out that's very different. That's something you collect, something you do.
I've always been a history nerd. Primarily, my area of expertise has always been with railroads. I grew up with trains since I was a kid, and that interest has stuck with me pretty much even to today and beyond. Where most other kids would be reading like novels or kid stories, for instance, or some that were around at the time. Let me see. Magic School Bus, I really did enjoy. It was a big sciencey thing I liked. Magic Treehouse was on and off. Most of the other books like that, a lot of kids were reading. I, on the other hand, would be walking up to my desk with either a history book, or especially like a railroad history book, or looking at blueprints of different kind of classifications of engines and like what they could do or what kind of power they could pump out. Wheel arrangements, like different kind of classes and their histories to them. I've always been interested in the numbers and mechanics, so I guess it only makes sense that I ended up going the steampunk route with my aesthetic.
Oh, okay, I see. No, wow, very fleshed out, like how you went into from liking trains to doing all that stuff. Like that's just. I wish I had that way of expressing my feelings. I'm more of a direct shotgun kind of blow to the head when it comes to information.
I mean, that's always good too. There's more than one way to present information or learn about somebody, and this is just how I'm wired, is having those kind of answers and just kind of telling people about myself.
Speaking about myself, I want to thank to the new people that have been arriving from Twitter, from Twitter as well. Just like Little Shrimper was saying in the chat, I saw you on Twitter, finally caught a win of the streams. I really appreciate it. Which, by the way, everyone, not to plug in something here, but if you want to find more information, join our Discord. Our Discord is becoming very active. And by the way, also, for some reason, I just got 8,000 followers on Twitter. I am not going to elaborate how I did that. I am going to keep it on the low. But we can talk about it on the Cyber Cafe episode on Tuesday night at 8 p.m. EST. Tonight.
Congratulations to that, Sain. You earned all those followers and with your support.
Thank you. Speaking of support, you gave me a fan art a long time ago, and I have it right here. And I want to show
Oh.
everyone this beautiful fan art. Yo.
Ah, yes, I remember that piece.
Yeah.
So
It was right here.
a little history of that one, just to kind of. I have a long-standing little game hobby, I call it, where I kind of a VTuber friend of mine or a mutual,
Uh-huh.
and I think to myself, okay, given their aesthetic and their design, what kind of what kind of partner, like Metarot partner, would best fit their design? And I had a lot that were like super easy. Like for instance, my buddy Vector is a spaceman, so I had like 3 or 4 different space themed designs I could pick from. Or my other friend Ryoko, who's a dragon. I had like 3 or 4 different designs.
Ryoko
for that.
mentioned. Yo,
Yep, exactly.
We love
And,
Dragon B Toolverse. We love all B Toolverse here.
Yes, exactly. But you in particular, Sane, really kind of forced me to scratch my head a little bit, because when it comes to like themes and motives as a whole, neo cyberpunk, or even like neo cyberpunk, was a design theme that really was not explored upon. Like maybe once or twice in a very vague sense, if you want to stretch it, or really for a reach, but nothing actually done. So I didn't actually do you for a while, because I just couldn't figure out who I wanted to pick. And then like later that week,
this evil thing here on picture. I was looking at it, and I'm like, it looks very demonic, like, and I'm like, yo, is this what they think of me?
I was trying to capture the insane essence there, since you and I had not really been talking there up to that point. But
Yeah.
right when I started working on yours, like later that week, we have Kyren, which is the model I chose for you, the cyber stag beetle type drop.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, this just kind of fell into my lap. I guess I may as well use it.
Didn't you bring one of those PNGs? Like, do you still have it there?
Yeah, I have the sticker. I did, but let me see if I can dig up the actual let me see if I can dig it up real quick. It's a 2-piece set. It'll take me just a bit.
Yeah, no worries.
it'll-
In the meantime, I'm gonna catch up with the stuff that's going on, and let me keep people. Let me just say something real quick in typical In-Sain Podcast fashion. So the idea of the In-Sain Podcast for everybody, it's also to recollect the events of the week, which I really want to do so on Tuesday. But I just really want to thank everyone who was very active yesterday during our Minecraft stream. There was so much going on yesterday in our community that was really heartwarming. And my internet exploded because the light in my house went out. But we managed to get it working, and we managed to do the freaking Ender Dragon fight, and that was freaking epic. Are you building an anime figure here during the lock?
No, I'm trying to, because it's in 2 pieces, so I have to like
Why is it in 2 pieces?
Assemble it. Because the way I draw these is you have a front and a back, and they're like little head pets, little shoulder pets. So like the front piece you can stick on your head or on your shoulder, and then the back piece you stick on the layer behind your model.
My chat, my guest just whip up a Gunpla, started playing with a Gunpla in the middle of an interview.
Yeah, basically. Let me see if I can.
Yo, I'm in the middle of this interview, but just whip out this Gunpla and just start playing with it.
Yep, basically. Here, let me.
Okay. So I see what you mean. It's kind of it's just chilling in your head. You make it move. You make it chill. No, awesome.
Yeah,
that's so clever. You're so clever. Why haven't I done something like that?
I've got a handful of these. If you want Kyren in particular, I can send it to you later. Like I said, they're in 2 parts, so you'll basically layer them.
Post it on, post it right now on Discord. Why are you? But look for that PNG. I need my own little tiny robot. Well, that's actually foreshadowing for the future, by the way. I will have a pet on stream that's gonna be a little robot with Cyber Sane.
I'm gonna send you the full body one of it too. Let me see. While I'm at it, let me actually grab you the artist that designed Kyren, because I actually had a chance to speak with them when I actually first drew the fan art for Kyren, which was this little head pet. And I let them know. Hey, there we go.
I'm still building that Gunpla on stream. I gotta do that. The face is saying General Kenobi. Are you saying that it looks kind of like Jose is saying that it looks kind of like a General Grievous?
Yeah, I can see that, because it's probably because of the horns on his shoulders and arms. When I actually was talking with the artist that designed Kyren, he was actually a fan design that they were using for a contest, and he was one of the 2 winners. and they explained to me that they wanted to really try to highlight the stag beetle design with with the arms and the blades on the body. Let me see if I can grab that to you too, if you'd like to share that. This was what was given to me.
I'm just gonna put the head
ideas.
and put it here. I'm gonna put the head and put it on my head.
Yep, there you go.
That's fine.
While you're doing that, I'm actually going to.
Yo, we can actually make these. We can make these fight. Yo, grow.
Yeah, basically. Let me actually grab.
Go down.
Hold on. Hold on. I'm stuck. There we go.
Forgive me for I have ADHD and I need to do this. Hey, go down.
Okay.
Hey.
Okay. Try this. Hold on. There we go.
Yo, is this like a Pokemon fight?
Yeah, basically. Well, I mean, technically they are turn-based fights, so it makes sense.
Okay.
I was gonna say, if you want to hold on to Kyron for a while, I can pull up the.
You mentioned the beetle thing. You mentioned the beetle thing, and this is a perfect question. This is my second question of my list to do. So this question is very, very special. So are you ready for it? Hey, yo, Ray Joker, welcome to the stream. Welcome, everyone. And Dr. Liam, hello. Shout out to Liam as well. And by the way, okay, so here's the question. You mentioned something about beetle designs and character design. So I know that you know about character design. I did show you ahead of time my Cyber Sane, like PNG. Everyone knows already, but I show it to you and other people that are like designers, just in case they got some opinions to reflect on it. But my question is to you: if you weren't the VTuber that you are now in terms of design, what other VTuber theme would you be?
That's an excellent question, honestly. Primarily because I really don't have an answer for you. I've always been attached to the steampunk mechanical theme, seeing what makes things tick, taking them apart, looking at all the different pieces, what goes into making it. It's always been a thing of mine. It's always been a style choice, an aesthetic that's stuck with me through years.
Yeah,
for my particular followers who've been watching me play Dark Cloud 2 in recent. That was one of the games that pretty much solidified the aesthetic and the design for me. So when I finally got to creating my character, it's back in my VR chat days, I kind of stuck with that, and it just kind of evolved from there because nothing really else stuck out to me. Like, you'll have all these other people that are using, like, for instance, in your case, like cyberpunk or like a dragon or a cyborg or an undead or whatever other themes might be. And there's lots and lots of creative VTuber designs out there, absolutely. But the steampunk and the tinker aesthetic theme, it's always been something that I've held on to.
Steampunk aesthetic. Somebody call the bolts on my head steampunk. I bet I can give you these bolts and it'll look just nice on your outfit somewhere. It'll fit the colors almost same.
I could see it. I could very easily see it. Yeah.
Yeah, steampunk. And that's why I chose like the theme in the background too, because you kind of do fit like a steampunk kind of vibe as well.
Well, that's kind of what I was hoping for. Man. So
I mean, here I was waiting that you would be like, "Yo, I'm a mechanic now, but I wish I were a bug." It's like.
No, that's not really me.
Do you know how some VTubers go like, "Yo, I'm a fish today, but tomorrow I'm a cat VTuber, or tomorrow I'm a succubus, or a princess with like drip," if you want to call it, just to like not elaborate on the aesthetic of tons of VTubers. But yeah, I am also gonna rebrand. I'm also gonna rebrand.
Yeah,
that's part of the
always I grab this one too while I'm at it, because this was the other one I was talking about. That's the twin. This is Busha Beetle.
Busha. Oh, it's adorable. I love it. Red is my favorite color.
Yeah, it was actually really creative too when they brought them together, because the way it was, there we go, and I didn't even think about it until after I actually saw both the winners together, because I know the Beetle personally.
I'm gonna start making people cry with something.
I didn't think about it either. But the way they chose the winners was actually really neat, because you have an Oriental Samurai type as the beetle type, and then you have a cybernetic stag beetle type as the antithesis. And one of the biggest pranks I think one of my followers did on me when I actually did the episode that highlighted both of them coming out, it was hilarious, and I'm so mad I didn't think of it sooner, is I posted the video, and I named the video Past and Future. It was like the very final episode of last year. And someone said, "Hey, look, it's Meteorot Scarlet and Violet." I'm like, wait a minute. And I look at the designs very carefully, and I compare their themes. And then I look at Koraidon and Miraidon from Scarlet Violet. I'm like, wait a minute. Lord. Why did I not see this sooner? because it was like an almost 1-to-1 match. I was so mad. I was so mad over it because somebody called me on it and I didn't think of it. I spent all day working on those presentations and then they called me on that one.
Oh, dang. So, speaking of Pokemon and all that stuff, I want to get a little bit nostalgic, chat, because on our Friday night, I was doing a reaction stream, and in the reaction stream, we were reviewing anime music, openings, and a lot of classics were played there, including like some from like similar shows of similar nature that we are talking about right now. And I really enjoy those. Did you grow up with all those shows, by the way, like Pokemon classics? And
I did.
Yo,
I
here's
grew
a
up with,
question.
like, okay.
Samurai Pizza Cat. Anyone here heard of it?
That one I've not. This is the first I've heard of that one.
Dang, I just wanted to throw some curveballs in there. And Metabots is one of those as well that I remember vividly watching, like a lot back then. It never really stuck to me because I was so freaking hyper focused. I was focusing all my ADHD attention into Pokemon. Pokemon took over my life. And Digimon.
I was yep. Pokemon and Digimon were basically the really big ones, and obviously, and they still are because they've had very large followings, and it's always kind of obvious to see that Medarot kind of has fallen by the wayside, and it's really kind of fallen in the shadow, which is to be expected. But no, I grew up with Pokemon. I grew up with Digimon. Digimon never really stuck with me as hard as like Pokemon would, and Pokemon will be like on and off. But if I had to pick one or the other, Medarot will always be the way to go for me.
Yeah, there's lots of V2 and Mutual right now, and friends who are currently very into Digimon. They're actually getting those little Tamagotchi Digimon thingies, and they're playing with it online. They're using something to connect to the computer, like with the USB. They plug the Tamagotchi there. And they can play with it online. And it's like a mod. It's not official. It's like a mod. It's fucking sick.
I think I've seen those before. Yeah, that's actually really creative. Fun fact, by the way. Just a tangent. Did you know that when Digimon and Medarot actually had their collaboration, it was about 2 or 3 years ago, I think, on April Fool's, dropped it out of nowhere. It was apparently so successful of a collaboration that the model that the Digimon side got, which was actually a brand new model named Omedamon, was apparently made into official canon.
What the fuck? How could I never heard of this?
I kid you not. If I will send it to you right now over Discord so you can find it.
Show me that.
Omedamon was actually made officially canon, to my knowledge.
Can we crawl? Can we crawl all the way to the corner of the screen? And by the way, screw the person who put the googly eyes on me. So get next to my side and shrink over here. I'm about to open that window.
All right, yeah. Let me go ahead and move over here for you.
Wait, scoot a little closer to me.
Right about there?
A little more. There you go, perfect! Alright, so let me just open something. I need to open something here.
Alright, I'm sending that picture to you right now, hold on.
Yeah.
There we go.
I need to open YouTube for a second.
Yeah, brief history about that. It basically came out of nowhere. Like, it started the year prior as a
what are they calling it?
As a art thing. It was an art collab between the main artist of Digimon and Tyuga, who's one of the main artists for Medarot. And they came into it at the time and said, oh, this is just an art design, nothing special to it. It was just an art collab, nothing more. And it kind of hyped us up for nothing. And then suddenly out of nowhere, like on the day of April Fool's, like 1 year to the day. As hell. Yeah, 1 year to the day, they dropped this out of nowhere for both Digimon Re-Arise. And then we got 3 models, which basically was Omnimon, War Greymon, and Metal Garurumon. I love
Omnimon. I have a Omegamon is their name as well. Yep. So I have an Omegamon Gunpla thingy. Those model kits. I keep calling them Gunpla. The correct term is model kit. I built one of these a long time ago when I moved to the US, and I was so hype about it. I did see some Metabots, but I ended up grabbing more Digimon that day. Yep. And I don't see them in store that much anymore. It's so rare to find like a Metabot merchandise. The only ones I got is in Puerto Rico. It's my hometown in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, a lot of Medarot merchandise has always been kind of on and off. Like you have to know what you're looking for in order to see it. But
bro, look at this! Look at this chibi War Greymon in Metabot style. It looks so sick.
They literally dropped this collaboration on us out of nowhere. Like just casually dropped it on April Fool's that day, completely through the entire community. April Fool's, I kid you not. The year before
that's what you were hiding. That explains why
Yeah,
someone in Chester were hiding.
Yep. And on April Fool's that the year before, they dropped the art and said, "Oh, it's just an art collab, nothing more." And then a year later to the day, they dropped the model, which is later named as Omega Knight. That's the one that we got. And then on top of that, they dropped an event that gave us Grey Wars and then Garuru Metal as additional bonuses for our side of the collaboration. So it completely threw the community into a tizzy, and I woke up that morning to complete chaos. I'm like, wait, what happened here? What's going on? And I look on my Facebook feed and just see all this talk about Digimon collaboration. I'm like, wait, what? And I went from like a half asleep state to wide awake in the span of like a half second.
Yo, can I say something here? Can I say something?
All right, hit me.
You're a big nerd.
I am very well aware of this. Yes,
you're a very, very big nerd.
I am very well aware of this. I mean, hey, I embrace it. I embrace it. It's 100% what I own.
No, but it's hear me out though. Hear me out. I don't mean it in a negative way. I mean it in the most pure and wholesome way because I love hyper focusing like this. People who have this level of power are too powerful sometimes. To respect the passion. Thank you. That's
I embraced my nerdiness really early on. So when people say you're such a nerd, I'm like, oh, why? Thank you for noticing.
You're a big nerd, and that's so fucking cool, though. Please embrace that forever and ever. It don't matter if you're like 50, 60 years old. You better give someone like long, speeches about why you like all this stuff.
I mean, hey, let's be real.
Maybe it's part of life.
I mean, let's be real. The nerds are gonna take over the world one day.
So pretty much at this point they did already because the fucking internet is just the world at the moment. We all live in this little tiny. We live in your world, in your walls, chat. It's the reality. There's passionate about that. I love it. Thank you.
Live in your walls, and some of us live rent free in your heads. Which ones of us? That's completely up to you.
Okay. So what was the other question? I guess I was gonna grab one of these questions in here. The one on the YouTube side. Somebody said something about ask you about a video. What specific video? Here, ask about the video. What video? This is from someone you know, the Not Drunk Games. They asked something to ask you. What video? Was there a video in particular that traumatized you as a streamer VTuber?
Ask about the video. I think my memory might be escaping me on that one. It might be a specific one they tried to send to me as a as a way to try to get me on April Fools or something they did. Okay.
Never mind. It's like that.
I might need a friendly reminder of that one because we send so to each other. Stuff just gets buried. And everything.
Yo, that reminds me. There's like, oh my god, this is just. I'm gonna go on a tangent here right now, but hear me out. I'm trying sometimes to do work as a VTuber, as a content creator, and then suddenly like a friend sends me like 10 different TikToks and Instagram reels, and I love them. But then I start grading them as if they were homework. I start just reviewing them
let me judge this new one.
Let me judge these people's taste and everything that they're sending to me. And I don't even send them an answer. It's just more like I'm just checking out their taste and their stuff. The same thing with the Discord.
That's definitely a new one. I've not considered doing that before. I'll just have to start messaging all my friends that send me memes. 5 out of 10. Kind of made me chuckle. Not a full belly laugh. I was on the floor for 5 minutes. 9 out of 10.
No, Natsu, I didn't give you the pass. I literally spent a reaction video stream and I watched a handful of yours. You sent me a lot of D&D videos and I said they were amazing and that you have good taste and oh my god, I broke my fidget spinner. I've been talking. I've been spinning a fidget spinner and I broke it. Holy shit.
Oof.
Yo, chat's gonna be really sad on the next Handcan stream.
Well, that just means you'll have to be able to work more towards the gunpla.
Oh,
something to keep the hands busy.
I legit broke it. Oh my god, I broke not the red one, but the gold one.
Oof.
Oh shit, I broke the golden fidget spinner. That's an omen of dark times to come. But yeah, Chad, if you have more questions for our dear guests, make sure to ask them right now. While we're still unraveling the topics of nostalgic stuff that I really want to touch some more. I got a story that I want to tell you all, and this is more I know this is your interview, but it's also something that I want to catalog in this little time capsule. Metabot. A year ago, or no, a year ago, no, 2 years ago, it was before I started being a VTuber. I had a very big medical emergency with my health. And while I was in my home, I told people that I'm watching this channel called Retro Crush and also something like Anime Network. I forgot what it was called. It's more like a streaming service that has some random series running. And one of them was Metabot. I was binge watching that show for like hours and hours while I was like just like chilling in my house, because I was in hiatus for like a year from work, from everything, and I was just like binge watching like retro anime, and that was one of the ones that stuck out the most because it literally like saved my life because I was just paying attention to it.
It's definitely just that. It's definitely a retro. A lot of people may consider it even a cult classic because it has such
pretty
a
okay.
It has such a small sleeping following essentially. But,
I will say, the English dub that's the one I was watching. It's one of those like
absolutely.
4Kids adaptation that has like a very unhinged dub, and it's like, why did they pick these lines?
100%. And it's funny you mentioned the dub though, because the voice the voice for Metsubi that stuck with me. Hold on 1 second.
That fucking kid will not stop yelling Metsubi!
It's Joseph Motiki, who is the English voice for Metsubi when they did the anime. Such an absolute cinnamon roll. Like, he's loved by the community for his contribution. And even when they asked him in their own interviews, he said, "Oh yeah, that was like one of my favorite roles. I loved voicing Metsubi." And he even voiced, I think in a fairly recent one, he said, if they ever were to bring it back at any point, literally just call me. I would take it hands down.
Yo, that's cool. You know what this is reminding me of right now? I'm looking at our shoulders, and I'm seeing these little toy thingies, and this is reminding me of like, did you used to collect toys like this, by the way, back then? Like little capsule toys?
I was never really into that. Like, really? I knew of them. I saw.
Wait.
I can use.
I think the call is cutting off by the second. Is there something on this?
Can you hear me? Am I still there?
Yeah, you're here. You're here now. By the way, something happened that we didn't hear the last thing you said.
Okay.
But you're fine.
What was I saying? Yeah, I know of mine when I was a kid having them as well. They were just never really something that I really got in with. But I do have a ton just on here as well that I can use. Musha Beetle and Kyren are a couple of them. I had a handful here on V2.
Okay.
Let me think.
No, it's like, oh damn, I always love it. I have a passion for collecting trash. And when I say that, I mean it. I have literally like, what do you call those things? It's like those storage bins that you buy in Walmart. It's like a plastic case that it's like 2 feet wide and 2 feet long and 2 feet tall.
Right.
And those, and I have like 4 of those filled with like little capsule toys, little Pokemon Tomi Takara toys, lots of Japanese toys, and I have them in like, it's like treasure hoarding. I'm like a dragon. I just
it's like a dragon. What's your hoard? I collect weird trash.
Weird trash. Some of the things inside those boxes, it's like little old Sailor Moon toys, Burger King Dragon Ball Z toys, Pokemon Burger King toys as well. There's a
lot of those are it's really good to have that. Like if for another little tidbit, what got me really big into the robots, I'm gonna completely rock your world if you know of this. But if you don't, I'm 100% fine with it. Have you ever heard of the name Cubix?
Of course! Like Cubix. Cubix!
That's the one.
It's a hero!
That's the one. That was that when other kids had Superman.
Terrible
and Batman
CGI!
And
Oh my lord, terrible CGI.
Okay, well, you're right. It did have very acquired taste CGI, but it was the early 2000s.
Acquired taste.
You have to.
That shit looked like what's the villain's name from Toy Story?
Which one?
The kid with the skull shirt, the villain from Toy Story, Andy.
Yes. Sid. Yes.
It's got that level of graphics.
Right, and like I said, it's a little bit of acquired taste, primarily because it's early like 2000, so it wasn't like the most polished ever. But yeah, when other kids had Batman and Superman and talking about all their heroes like that, I had Cubics, and
Yeah,
I really didn't
Cubics.
care if anyone
Yo,
else, you know,
Cubics
thought too
saved
much
my
about
life
him.
for real, for real. That's cool right now.
He was my childhood hero, and he still holds a very close place in my heart as what basically got me interested
Sid.
in
Okay,
robots.
thank you, Natsu. I was breaking my brain thinking, what's the name? What was the fucking kid's name? It was Sid from Toy Story. Oh lord, but it's not the robot for everyone. Yo, we love robots in this house. You should watch your mouth, Shadow Mine. And hello, Corey, and everybody else as well saying hello. So let's see what other thing you test me. You say I even sang like 1 second of the opening. You need to test me harder because I watch all this nostalgic bullshit. Don't if it's from like the year like 2010 tops. By that time I was very busy with life. But if it was like below that year, I'm probably gonna say like, yo, I recognize this shit and I can tell you a story about it too. So if you got any trivia for us, give me a challenge. Give me a tougher one.
Let me hit you with some of these. Are you familiar with the author Leiji Matsumoto?
Oh, you're asking about authors. I don't know any. The only authors that I know is Shigeru Miyamoto and
respectable name. Okay, so the reason I ask about Mr. Matsumoto is because
tell me about the show. You gotta talk to me like I'm a 5th grader.
He did several actually. I was actually just starting with the name. He's the one that was responsible for basically what also helped shape the cornerstone of sci-fi. So we had Galaxy Railways, Space Battleship Yamato, Space Pirate Captain Harlock. What was another one he was known for? Cosmo Warrior Zero, Galaxy Express 39. Wow. Basically, like some of the real OGs of the sci-fi genre were all because of him.
I am going to insult everyone's brain right now, and I'm gonna give everyone a scar. I just wrote something on my search bar, but before I press enter and I remove the cubics from here, has anyone here ever heard of Lunatics on Leash?
I have heard of that, yes.
Unfortunately,
didn't watch a whole lot of it, but yes.
Nobody did.
Exactly.
It got canned for good reasons.
Yes, I remember seeing the ads for it as a kid, but maybe see like one episode every here and there when it was on TV, but didn't quite tune into it. And then by the time I realized it was a thing, it was like long gone.
Bro, what the fuck were they cooking back then with this thing? Lunatics on Leash. No, you're probably if you haven't heard of this, you're probably too young to be on my chat.
That's a good way of putting it. Yes, this was one of those feats really trying to experiment with keeping a franchise going, and
we gotta be cool and edgy.
Yeah, kind of learned early on.
It was the Attitude Era of WWF and all that stuff. So you needed to be on top of the game with all this junk. Where are the boomers 100%. In chat? Yeah, it's a boomer. How Grillo and Raven, I'm calling you both out for being boomers. If you knew about this, like holy crap. It was I need to I was listening to a podcast. I think it was what's this fucking dude's name? Rebel Taxi, I think it was. You know about Rebel Taxi, the YouTuber?
Which one?
Rebel Taxi, the YouTuber. The YouTube channel.
Name is vaguely familiar.
Rebel Taxi. It's a YouTuber that talked about like all classic cartoon shows. And they do a podcast, and I was listening to them a long time ago. Talk about this kind of cartoons. I was like, yo, what were they cooking? Honestly, it's just, and I hear a review about it, and if this could have worked, if only they've had a good direction on it. Because it's not that the designs are bad; they're bad, they're really bad. But they're not that bad. They could be like really cool toys.
They could have worked. They could have worked if they gave it more time to cook.
Wait until you see the shrine I made.
Yeah, it's kind of like another channel that I follow actually. That I look for like movie like Steve reviews.
Introduce it.
Basically, what he does is he looks for like really weird or like really popular movies or TV shows, and reviews them. Kind of gives his thoughts on them. And there's a lot of things that you probably wouldn't have even known existed if he didn't actually look into it, because they were like personal recommendations or suggestions of his, and they're like really creative. Like these are things like probably would have never been noticed, but they were either like one of those off the wall things that was like a fan film or like a really small studio, or it took off and became like a cult classic kind of thing. Like I think the most recent one that he did, or at least highlighting a lot of ones. The most recent one he did was he ranked all the previous Godzilla designs, but he talked about like the original Alice in Wonderland from like 1933. He went back and talked about the first Pokemon movie. Mr. Blobby, he did a segment on the cursed British icon.
I love obscure media as well. Obscure media sometimes has like some really cool delivery. I opened something here. Let me segue something. I'm on a segue because, like I said, I was talking earlier about toys. I was talking about the little toys on their shoulders, and they also kind of remind me of like PNGs of like Bakugan. I'm not sure if you were a Bakugan person, but I'm showing a picture.
I knew the name of. I knew the name of Bakugan. I it was an absolute craze when it really kicked off. But then, weirdly enough, it was one of those ones where after like a year, 2 years tops, it just kind of disappeared. Like people remember it was a thing, and then if you go looking anywhere on Bakugan, it's just gone.
Yeah, Lunatics was not in Cartoon Networks, by the way. Lunatics was actually in Kids WB. They tried, like, remember Kids WB? Did you used to watch that?
Yeah, a couple shows here and there.
Yeah, I was just answering Car's like message as well. There was a couple of them, but one of the things that I really like about Bakugan was just I never got past like the third season, but the first two were like my jam. They were really definitely not my youth. I was too old to be watching this shit. But I always have a fascination for like little collectibles, especially if they're very interesting looking. Like look at this little fellas. Even I don't care what their name, I don't care how they look like. I mean, where they come from, they just look awesome. I just love little trinkets like this.
I mean, the really nice thing about it was, they had really creative designs with that little capsule ball kind of thing, and then they popped out with a spring-loaded mechanism, became a little creature or monster. It's a really creative little idea.
You have this, if you have this thing in the play yard, like what I'm showing you right now on the screen, you are the fucking coolest kid ever. It's a freaking Bakugan that you can build, and it's a fucking dragon. You can just throw this thing, and it'll just like pop in all the Bakugans at once. It's so fucking cool. Marbles, but Transformers. Oh my god, you're taking me back.
You know what? That's actually a really that's actually a really good way of putting it.
Yeah.
If I recall correctly, didn't I think Bakugan also had a little bit like a card thing to it? So it's like Marbles mixed with Transformers mixed with Yu-Gi-Oh.
They didn't know what the fuck to do. They just said all these things are popular and marketable. Just put them all in a blender and throw it in there, and hopefully we can sell cards and we can sell toys. And because it didn't make sense after the third season, they just started making rules to fuck up. They're like, people don't care about the rules.
That sounds about right. Yeah. It was that really weird fever where they're like, all right, well, clearly Yu-Gi-Oh's popular. People like card games, but let's make it fun. And they we don't even know what we're doing anymore. And they just threw it all out to the marketers.
All I know is that there's one chick in here that looks a lot like Hatsune Miku. Yo guys, it's Miku in Fortnite finally. And Miku in Miku in Bakugan. Miku needs to be on everything.
You know what? I can see it. I can see it.
So every teal color hair ponytail girl is Hatsune Miku, and you can't prove me wrong, Chad. You love Yu-Gi-Oh. Do you like Yu-Gi-Oh, by the way?
Oh yeah, definitely. And then you had then you have someone like Dropkick on My Devils, that literally has Hatsune Miku in it, voiced by actual Miku herself.
Oh yeah, the anime. It's oh my god, Ayachin-san. Oh my god, I forgot the name of it. It's Miku made a cameo appearance in one anime. Miku anime. Oh my god, Achan. What is the name of it? What is the name of it? It's this anime. Somebody must know in chat. Somebody must know the name of this anime. I'm looking at the thumbnail, but this is from the anime.
Yeah, that's Dropkick on My Devil.
Oh, Dropkick on My Devil. I was trying to remember the freaking Japanese name.
It's also known as Jashin-chan Dropkick as well.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, but
I just wanted to say gibberish.
But yeah, she actually appeared there legitimately as herself, and it's like, wait, where did you come from? Like, it's not a cameo or anything. It's like legitimately Miku.
Yo, Miku was not my childhood. I was already in high school when Miku was like starting to be a thing. I'm not sure if was Miku someone's childhood here. In fact, let me drop a question for everyone. What was your first console? Depending on your answer, it's depending. It will depend how long I will have you in my chat. I may if you say my first console was the PS4, I will probably ban you.
First console. Oh, that's a good. That's
First
one.
console.
I grew up on the Nintendo 64.
Okay,
And
that's
we
so
actually.
you get the
still have,
golden pass, baby. Oh my goodness. Oh shit, loud. Woo!
We still actually have I actually still have mine somewhere. I think it's in a box somewhere, and it still works after so many years. But I grew up on, Ocarina of Time. I grew up on Donkey Kong 64, Mario Kart, Super Mario. So I had the the original I grew up with. That's actually what shaped a lot of my taste in gaming.
Oh snap! No, I will talk about my taste in gaming, but if you excuse me here for a second, my dear guest, we have a lot of visitors in the Net City. Welcome, everyone. We had a raid of 39 people. Hey, yo, that's pretty big.
Wow.
That's pretty big.
I actually have the Twitch up on as a separate window. I periodically check into. Wow, that's a lot of viewers.
Yo, Danny, thank you so much for the follow. Hello, everyone. Tonight, we're doing a VTuber chat show episode, In-Sain Podcast episode. My name is In-Sain, and this is my guest, Kura Ichigami. Please give them check him out on the YouTube site and also on the Twitter. I'm gonna link all those things in the description of this video if you're watching. And thank you, Danny. I hope you were having a wonderful stream. Thank you for the heart attack, by the way. I will get you later, and I will kick your zombie ass. And for those of you following me, Neon and Crumbskins, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the Net City. And now we will continue doing our battles in the Net City. Today is all about nostalgia. What was your favorite childhood show? And also, what was your first console? If you say the PS4, I will ban you. Hey, yo, Mika, how you doing?
Just no explanation, just ban on site.
Yeah, just ban on site. Just shoot him in sight. I will not hesitate to not do that.
Yeah, the mods. Yeah, the mods on the background.
Oh my lord.
I need ready to go.
Oh my god. We're getting trolled by chat right now. Well, excuse me as I am being attacked by the Ayaya anime. Whatever that thing is. People are gonna start messing with the Tangia now. They're trying to get silly. They're trying to get on my silly side right now.
See, that's what a good chat does, though. See, streaming is always. It's
don't
not just
do that. Don't encourage them.
Okay, I won't say anything.
I'm kidding. Don't take me seriously. I'm trying to be like showetic, but at the same time, don't encourage these fools. Don't encourage them. They should know better. I will. Hold on. Where's my whip? Chat. This VTuber interview. Sit down. Okay.
Okay, now I see what kind of I see what kind of vibe that's run here on the normal.
Yeah. Sorry if you're in the wrong house, but
I'm just like that guest that sits down really polite on the couch, looking around, going,
"Oh
I have no
shit!
clue what I'm doing.
You're getting attacked by the Furbo." Since you're watching on the YouTube side, it's gonna be the delay.
Oh no, I see that now. Ow! Okay, I see that now.
The delay reaction. That was just hilarious. That's just comedy right there. That's clippable as fuck.
Yeah, just constantly getting nommed in the background. Oh wait, what? Okay.
Do it, chat. Somebody, the guest. Okay, so you know what? Do it. You want to enable my chat? You're free and welcome to do it. Tell them what to do, and they will do it. Because they listen to more to guests than me. Speaking of classic cartoons, we're being shut down. Help!
Oh no.
You're probably gonna see it soon.
Daffy. Wow.
Yep.
Well, that stick didn't work out for you. Oh, hold on.
That was Daffy Duck's reaction to the lunatics.
Yep, basically.
Okay.
Lunatics is one of the Lunatics, like that dark history of Looney Tunes. We're like, we want to pretend it doesn't exist, even though it does. And if you ask about it, we're going to tell you it doesn't.
Nice and frothy, you know.
Yo, I wonder when things like VTubers are gonna be nostalgic to people. Do you think VTubers are gonna get nostalgic to people?
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised at it because I mean, even the concept of VTubers themselves, they really they didn't really hit the scene for what Kizuna Ai when she really started kicking off, and then everyone kind of wanted to be like Kizuna and kind of became VTubers themselves.
Nobody is nostalgic about Kisuna AI these days because Kisuna has betrayed everyone by
That's
selling
what I've
NFT.
heard. That's
Selling
what I've
NFT.
heard. She just kind of disappeared after a while, but it's still undeniable that we probably wouldn't have this kind of genre of content creation if it wasn't for her.
Bro, I was literally Danny. I was just talking about lunatics. Danny knows a lot about awful shows. Name an awful show, Danny, and test our trivia. But speaking of okay, but you know who has good taste? Falco. Falco Gataka, who's in chat. This is actually a good segue. It's not that I'm trying to pay attention to the chat. It's I actually wanted to segue into something a little different because we were talking about nostalgic stuff. How about how about Super Sentai stuff? Did you ever watch stuff like Power Ranger Heroes?
Super Sentai. Oh yes.
Or did you
I grew up with some of those. I didn't follow it like all of them all the way through or stick with them. Like I was into it a whole lot as a kid. Then I kind of grew out of it and fell away from it. And then, every once in a while I might see it in my feed every once in a while and it picks up an old nostalgia vibe. But I think it's kind of obvious where every time it came on scene, everyone had like their favorite ranger or certain kind of favorite character or battle sequence. No, my jam was when they put the Megazord on the screen. That was my jam every time.
That was epic though.
Like you know what? You can skip the rest of the story for me. Just show me all the scenes where you put the giant robot on the scene. Just give me that.
What the fuck? I just wrote Megazord and I typed Zor instead of ZOR. I typed SAUR, and we're getting dinos on Dino Toys. It's
I mean, not all the way off technically. Like,
feeling nostalgic as hell here. Giant fucking robots. We love some giant robots in here. We talk about little robots that are on the shoulder. What about big robots? Any other big robots you like? How about you?
Think.
Holograms. Oh, jamming the holograms. That's a really good one. I had a comic with that. I still have the Dino Megazord at home. Cool. Yo, everyone's just sharing like their old shows. Thank you all for sharing those little opinions. I'm actually reading everything. But yeah, we need you, Kura. You need to tell us all more about your fleshed out taste. Like what else? Have we not branched out into something else that you have hyper focus or as of like the past couple of years?
I mean, if it's gonna be robots, absolutely, it's gonna be down my alley. But if you really want to get me talking, it's gonna be basically anything to do with railroads, and especially anything around the Civil War era. That I will not shut up on. Like when I get started on a topic on that one, unless you cut me off or tell me like 2 minutes or less, I'd probably be going on for a couple days.
Oh my god, that's so cool. Yo, is it? Now that I remember, isn't there like? Excuse me, I need to clear my throat. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened into me, but I was being attacked by by acid reflux. I just want to say, gacha games. Yes, that's the segue that I perfectly need.
Gacha games.
Yes.
Yeah, that's always been a unique one.
Gacha. Didn't Metabots have a gacha game?
It is. That actually is Metarod S, the current one that's on mobile right now.
Yeah. Like
I won't go into it pretty heavily, but the general consensus of it compared to most other gacha games, it's actually quite moderately forgiving. Like you always get like that pity prize if you draw like a duplicate or a lesser value model or whatever, but they give you something that you can work with, which makes it a little easier to play with and work with once you get into it. I played a lot of very unforgiving ones, and I'm told horrendous stories of FGO and how bad that one is. The first gacha game that I started playing, though, and it's actually been gone for a while, and I still have fond memories of it, is Brave Frontier by, I think it was by Gumi and Square Enix, I believe.
Oh my lord, are you telling me that Metabots had a collab with Evangelion? Is that real?
Oh yeah, that was like early last year.
Why is Evangelion on everything?
We got 6 models, and that was probably one of the biggest collaborations we had that started that year. We got, we got Unit 0, 1, and 2. We got 10th Angel and a bunch of the cosplay outfits for the Metarotters you could use.
I am both amazed and also confused. You want to know why?
Yeah, hit me with it.
All right, I'll traumatize you with it because Evangelion is such an adult person show. It has like themes that are really strong. Let's just put them on something that is very toyetic and brandable, like Metabots. It's Japan.
Well, I'll tell you
Japan.
what. I'll tell you what. Let me give you a counter argument. Metarod is also a series. In the far future, you can buy one of these small customizable robots, which are about 3 foot in height, mind you, at your nearest convenience store that a 10-year-old child can purchase, and they actually have, for the most part, live ammo.
Fuck.
I kid you not. That these aren't like regular pellets or rubber bullets or whatever. These are actual bullets and lasers and missiles they're firing.
I think I misheard that. I heard like the most American moment in history.
Oh no, you're not. You're 100% right. I get you on. But no, it's actually in canon. Like you could go to your local convenience store and they'll actually have parts that you can purchase.
Yeah, be right back, Mom.
Freely.
Yo, this is my shelf right now. I'm gonna be right back, Mom. I'm gonna go get my favorite Metabot capsule, and at the same time, I'm gonna buy you that gun you always wanted. It's like
oh yeah, basically. What killed?
But
And just a
why?
friendly reminder. Like I said, these little suckers are like 3 foot tall. Like they are not very big. like contrast to what like the anime and everything portray. They are actually quite tiny.
Bro, I'm trying to see like all the collabs they had. They had Transformers collab. I can actually list off
all the collaborations we had. I put it in another channel.
Ooh, that's gonna shock me. Shock me. Go on.
Let me see. Okay, and I'm just gonna kind of list them in the order that we.
Japan is crazy, people.
All right, so the first major one that we had was Ghost in the Shell, and it was primarily highlighting around the It was highlighting around the 2045 series at Netflix.
Ain't no way! We're putting these little robots. Oh my god! They even put a robot that looks like the chief.
Yep, that first one we had Nine's leader, Muscleborg, and the event one got for which was Tachikoma.
I'm going to, you know what? The next collab is gonna be Saint Cisco's body in backyardigans or something. I'm just gonna put.
I mean, hey,
that's what we're gonna do.
I mean, hey, I wouldn't be surprised if they put the idea past them. Let me see. That was the first one. Then the one after that was Digimon, which we covered briefly earlier. We covered another one with the Omega Sisters. I'm not sure if you know who those are, but apparently they came out of the same studio as
Omega. What have they not collabed with? Omega Sister.
Relatively popular based on what I heard, but according to what I understand, they came out of the same company as Kizuna Ai, or relatively related.
Oh, this is so cute. It's got like a demonic.
Fun fact: that red model is actually designed they created in a life, and then they had the actual design Balis Palio as the other model that people could pull for.
The fuck! This looks like a Kirby boss.
Yeah, that's the design that the girls themselves actually created.
No, chat. Peppa the Pig. No, I will never collab with Peppa the Pig. She is my enemy.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was just being unhinged because I was reminded of this.
That's actually their official fan design a few years ago, and they came back around for the collaboration. When hey, let's make this an official model to go with this. And at the same time, when they did this collaboration, is when they released Shushu Pop, which was a vocalist design, a steampunk vocalist for an idol as a metatuber, as they're called. Shushu Pop.
CHU?
SHU, like Shu, SHU, Pop. She's a steampunk vocalist idol type that debuted for the first anniversary.
Oh, this is just how I dig this. I dig this so much. What the fuck? This is fine.
That's her version 2 design, actually. That's her version 2 where they gave her the design. That's her original one, yeah. But they also debuted her as a metatuber, as they call her. And currently on the actual on the actual Metarot channel, she actually hosts radio podcasts every once in a while.
Yo, I've seen VTubers look like this. There's a handful of them. They're very obscure, but there's a VTuber that actually looks like this. I'm not sure if you knew of that.
Yep. And then not long after Shushu Pop debuted, they also released.
Wait. I think my guest went quiet for a minute. You were kind of muted there for like a few seconds, so I didn't hear what you last said.
Okay. What I was saying was, not long after they debuted Shushu Pop as a meta to column. About
Oh,
6 or so months later, they released Leah Lila, who is a Learjet schoolgirl type. That's more the gamer of the three. And then they also released a little while after that Cheerful Bunny, who was a pop star idol type. And
What
of
is
the
who?
three,
Leah
they
Lila.
actually have
How do you spell Leah Lila?
Lealila. But they all have their own very unique personalities, which is really cute with it. Like Shushu Pop has her radio podcast that she does every once in a while. Leah Lila's more of the gamer of the three, and then Cheerful Bunny is an actual cook. Like she's actually hosted cooking streams periodically when she's not playing games with Leah-chan.
Okay. This may not be a one, but there's so much
that's
stuff.
That's her version 2 design. But yes.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, and about a year after each one debuted, they gave them a version 2.
That's pretty damn cute, though. There's so much potential here. Oh my god, what do you call these little creatures that are like next to her? So this is like a very big theme in Magical Girl.
That was actually part of the design. So the one on the far left here showing is a Fancy Roll, which is the original Magical Girl type. It wasn't until Metarod S came out back in 2020 that they released the one on the right, which is Fancy Ale. And the one that she has is actually a like a fighter jet, a pilot that's actually in the cockpit on her arm. She launches it like a little missile.
I'm gonna search for something, but I needed to close the window that we were streaming for a second because there might be a lot of like hardcore fan service. Oh, I know, we're safe. I'm allowed to show this. Speaking of, it's just I'm a sucker for little designs like these little creatures. You know how Magical Girls?
Okay, yeah, I can see
they
it.
got little pets.
Yeah,
just
definitely.
like little toys, like they little capsule toys. Yep. I love
and they
little
definitely
capsule
picked
toys.
that up with it too, and they definitely maintained that too with the series. So it's very nice that they kept that and held true with it. And Fancy Ale actually was one of the first two brand new models that they debuted with the mobile game Metarod S. So she's been around for a hot minute. But moving forward with the collaborations, since we kind of got sidetracked on there. Not long after we had the Omega Sisters, we had our first collaboration with Rockman.exe, also known as Network Transmission.
Oh, they're having a Rockman collab? Ayo?
Yep, we actually had 3. We collabed with it 3 times.
I'm so glad that I went to the gacha topic. I'm having so much fun in here looking at this.
Oh, honestly, we're all shocked how many different
Yeah, I saw you posting something about this. You shared this to me.
So the Rockman collaboration is the most recent, but we had the collaboration with the Network Transmission, or also known as Battle Network, 3 different times. And it honestly shocks us how many friends that this series has made in 3 years and still going. But that first one gave us Rock, Bass, and then Heart Roll as the event reward. The one you're showing right now is a Dark Trance, which we got in the the third run. After that
the
one,
roll and bass.
I
call it. Is it bass or bass? It's bass.
Actually,
bass.
Because if you think about it,
I will never stop making that mistake.
Well, you're not wrong because it's pronounced both ways. But bass is primarily because if you look at the other main characters' actual names, they're music genres.
Damn.
If you think about it, you had Dr. Light, who created 2 children, Rock and Roll, and he had another one he created prior to named Blues.
It's really cool. Yeah, people love the roll in the stream. Grillo and Raven are like, "Yo, we love the roll. Roll X. It's super cute."
Yep. Heart Roll actually was the event reward too, so everyone that participated got her for free.
Everything needs to collab with everything. But you know how you know your gacha game is dead? If it collabs with Persona 5. If your gacha game collabs with Persona 5, it is doomed the next year.
That's what I've heard. That's what I've heard is the running
like
joke
the biggest
with
taboo.
it.
Oh my god.
Let me see. The one we did after the first run of Rockman.exe.
That's why Chad. This is why freaking Dragalia Lost died, because
I heard about that one.
Persona 5.
I heard about that one actually. Yes, but yeah, not long after we had that first one with Rockman, the Battle Network, we also had an older anime highlight called.
They have more kill counts than I have VTuber models. No,
that sounds about right. You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
gacha persona. No, there's no gacha persona. Persona just infiltrates other gacha games and kills them. It's like that one meme with like death opening doors and the blood coming out of the door and then going to the next
basically.
door.
I see. I know which one you're talking about. I know exactly which one you're talking about, and you're not wrong based on what people explained to me.
Yeah.
But
Lord.
Yeah,
a
after
trip.
we had that first run, then we had another one with an older anime called Mash Wataru, if that. So especially
Mashi
since we were
Wataru?
talking about this, Mashin Hero Wataru. It's an older
Mashin
anime,
Hero.
especially which touches on us talking about nostalgia. This was a much older one too, which was pretty well known. I think it's even well known enough it
Oh
collabed with
my
one or two
God.
Super Robot Wars.
See, now you finally win. I don't remember this one. I do not remember this one, but I
Frankly,
feel like I've seen it.
I didn't know about it. I didn't know about it much either. But the way I understand it, it's kind of like an older isekai, but like it's like a mecha isekai.
Isekai. Yo, these designs are dope. We need more VTubers with wacky ass hair like this. Just make it fly.
Like the
Just
old,
make
the
make-
old 80s, 90s.
Yo, we need
style
the hair to
VTubers.
cover like 50% of the screen while the VTuber is taking like 10% of the screen. That would just
Yeah,
be
just-
hilarious.
Just make it big spiky hair with eyes. Just call it a day.
Is there a Goku VTuber out there? There has to be.
I would
Goddamn.
not be shocked. I would not be shocked. But yeah, that was a pretty popular one. Like I said, I've not heard about it until after the collaboration and realized, oh yeah, this is actually a pretty popular series people were talking about. So it was pretty interesting. Lots of models, and like I said, it is pretty solidly known with from Super Robot Wars. I think once or twice it starred in.
Anime armor. Look at all this cool shit. I just want to collect it and have it. I don't even know where it comes from. I know how it happened, but I just want to have it. It looks so cool.
Well, at least I'm here and giving you ideas.
Yo,
I'm
this
giving
is
you
gonna be
ideas for other
encapsulated.
things you
I
can
like it.
explore.
Thank you, Kura. You've
let me
been really a fantastic guest. Honestly, we're almost near the end of the show, so I got a question for you in a bit, and I also got a question for Chad. If you got any more things
right.
to drop on our dear guest, please make sure to ask with the highlight redeem, or you can just shout it out, and I'll try to read it. And thank you so much for all of you who stopped by today. I really appreciate you all for checking out. Check out our guest socials. Check out right now in the YouTube site. You can click on their name, and it'll take you to the Meta Network channel.
Yep. Just to kind of highlight the rest of these then, so I don't take too much time, I'm just going to kind of read off the other names that they highlighted with. We had a collaboration with Ultraman once. So we had...
and Falco
I
just
think
left.
that was highlighting mainly the Netflix series, I think, when that one first came out. We had a collaboration and a rerun with Cyber Kitty Kuro-chan, which is another 90s series that a lot of folks may recognize.
Bro, you appear on the thumbnail of this search bar. I searched for Man About Ultraman.
I feel so honored.
It's you.
Am I famous yet? Am I famous yet?
Check it out,
I'm
gang.
on the Google results. That's my old 2.0 model too. But,
bro, that's
yeah.
so fucking cool.
Am I famous now? I'm on the Google search.
This is your PNG, or this is your live 2D VTuber?
It was my live 2D. That's when I first made the jump from PNG to live 2D.
That is so cool. All right, we got one question here in chat by Raven. What's your next big goal or project that you're working on?
Next big goal. Probably gonna focus more on streaming properly. I recently hosted art streams on my channel. I had a lot of fun doing those. And what I actually did with one of them was it was an Ori meta contest that we had, where we actually took designs from a generator that I made, and I created a design in the Metarot style based on what the generator prompt gave us, and then chat basically took the rest of the concept and ran with it. In fact, if you want, I will grab that real quick, and you can highlight it. And hold on, let me see. Hold on, go into DMs and send that to you. There you go. But it was it was basically a completely home design by my chat. All it gave us was all it gave me really was the prompt on what it did and what kind of combat it could do and the theme for the design.
Oh, I need to see it.
And then my chat basically took the whole concept and ran with it. So all I did was just put it to paper, and my chat did everything else. And honestly, I had a lot of fun doing that. It came out really creative and really zany. And honestly, if they ever do pump out another official contest, I'm probably gonna dump that one in there and say, "Hey, here you go."
We can see it right now on the screen. Yeah. There it is, chat. It looks so. There's so much going on in this picture. It's like in a helicopter.
Yeah. So basically, what the result gave me was a theme of cartoon, but it also gave me an idea for its kit, like what it could actually do in combat. So we started thinking, okay, what kind of cartoon themes can you guys think of? So we came to the idea of 30s, 40s cartoons, black and white, sepia,
Oh my lord.
and basically my chat took the idea and ran with it. And all I did was just put it to paper. Even the idea of the name J Plane is completely their idea. So I had a lot of fun with that. I'd like to do more art stuff like that. Whenever I'm not playing Dark Cloud 2 or anything else I'm working on. Because I'm trying to get to the point where I realize I wouldn't be shocked if when Meteor S stops, people are going to ask me what I'm doing with my free time. And I kind of want to establish, something I can use to keep going.
Yeah.
So I'm not just sitting here going, great, now what?
Oh, it's not. No, don't worry. It's like, the only time will tell. You can't just think too far ahead. Sometimes, while I do love planning and I love security, sometimes it's best to just take it one day at a time. Some days.
No, I 100% agree too. Which is why if I have days like that where I can use, I'll host. I'll want to try to host like a shotgun stream or something, or see how it goes. But honestly, I've been having a lot of fun doing the actual streaming part of it too, and it's been really nice. I'm not expecting anything like super engaging or anything, but it's been fun.
Okay, so we got one more question. No, two more questions in here. One's for Akarena saying, "Are you wait? What's the question? It's on the Twitch side. Is your avatar nearsighted or farsighted? What?
So the answer actually is yes.
You have an
Because
answer?
because I actually have I've actually been wearing glasses all my life. Like ever since I was in first grade, I've worn glasses because I actually have astigmatism. So where with nearsighted or farsighted, you have that focal point on your eye either too far away or too close to that sweet spot on the back of your eye.
Yeah.
My eyes kind of hit the genetic lottery where I have a double focal point. So it never focuses correctly. No. Funny story, actually. Wow. I'm gonna tangent on with me IRL. When I got my first pair of glasses was in first grade. I've been wearing glasses all my life, and it was actually the year that the flexible frames really started making this, where you could bend them and twist them, and you could bend them back into position. And when I got my first pair of glasses, and I got I'm not gonna say diagnosed, but the eye doctor looked at me and said he's got astigmatism, so his eyes can't focus 100% all the way, because his eyes are trying to focus on two different points. So I got my first set of glasses. It's not like fatal or anything. It's just I have to wear glasses, or I have to squint really hard. Nothing special. But I got my first pair of glasses after the doc puts them on my face, and I look at my mom and say, "Hey, Mom, I can see all the little things again." And she tells me I broke her heart that day, because she felt like she said she felt like a terrible parent because her kid couldn't see all the little things, and I was so oblivious to it the whole time. But yeah, I've been wearing glasses since then. And after my folks were trying to figure out a frame for me to get, because again, I'm in first grade at this point, and my dad, after we get my first set of glasses, which are the flexible metal frames, so ones that you can bend and twist, because they're going on a first grader kid, and my dad had just been finished watching the lady at the reception bend these and twist these glasses, the sample glasses, in all these different ways. Takes my glasses, looks at my mom, and says, "Hey, honey, look. They flex," and snapped them in half in front of me.
No, broken glasses. Oh my god,
his heart.
Glasses are so expensive.
His heart stopped for a half second. He's like, "I swear, she was just flexing them constantly. I don't even know how they did it." So, funny story. My first pair of glasses got snapped in half.
Wow.
But I've been wearing them for so long, and can't imagine not wearing glasses.
It went kind of muted again for a second there, but I guess it's the perfect good segue for another question. One more that I'm gonna grab from the chat. This one's from Natsu, our dear beloved Natsu. Thank you for your help tonight, by the way. And they're saying, you talk about a lot of all retro shows you like. Is there a modern one that you are super into right now? Oh, let's bring it to the good
show.
Modern show. Okay. Are you watching any recent anime? Anything that's been going on recently?
So, my anime was a mile long.
Hold on, chat. I
Gotcha.
think. Well,
Am I breaking out?
yeah, you're breaking out a lot, like
Okay.
a lot. But say that again.
Okay. My anime list is like a mile long, and it's constantly growing by check out or
Oh,
things friends suggest to me. So I really can't say,
yeah,
but
I feel that.
some of the big ones that I'm really waiting on. Danmachi season 5 I'm waiting on. I'm really excited for when that one
Ooh,
comes out
sweet.
because my buds and I were watching season 4. It had us on the edge of our seats like the entire time, and I'm excited to see where that story goes.
Hey, yo, not bad, not bad. But that's a good way to answer it. And now I will now end the show.
Right.
It is the end of the line.
Well, honestly, it was an absolute honor to be here with you, Sane. Thank you so much for having me on the podcast.
Yeah. All right. Anything you want to share with us right now? Like, any final topics?
Let me see. Well, if you're not following Sane, first of all, why?
Oh,
Go
this is
follow
your
Sane.
time,
They're
not
amazing.
mine.
No, but you're the host, and I say thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Being
Thank you a lot for taking your time to be with us today, and also thank you to everyone.
Yes, it's been an absolute treat being able to be here with Sane and just kind of talk about myself and just a little bit of everything on the topic. And
Yeah.
honestly, I'm really happy too because, like I was telling Sane before we officially went on the air, this is the first time that I was asked to guest host on someone else's channel. Most of the time, I'm the one hosting everybody on my channel, and no one really answers. So
Yo, I'm just happy that you're happy. Hell yeah.
No, but it's been great. I've had a lot of fun. You've been an amazing host, and I can see why a lot of people have fun here with you on the show. It's been an absolute treat being here, and I look forward to the next time that we can coordinate something.
For sure. We got that one group. If we want to do any more funny collabs with them too. And also, I need to invite them a little bit. So this is like a foreshadowing for the future. Possibly.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
If you're interested, of course.
I'm just kind of happy too because when I first started hosting that Uno collab and getting started on that, I'm like, okay, what are some streamer friends I know that might be interested in this? And I was like just shooting in the dark randomly, like who might hit, who might take it, who might not. And suddenly, you and Ryoko have like mutual friends or followers that follow both of you. I'm like, wait, you both know each other? So it's
kind of, yeah.
So it's been kind of neat seeing that little 4-person group of ours grow and expand their followings and such. But yeah, it's been really fun. It's been really fun, and I'm looking forward to the next time that we coordinate something. Whether it means having you on the channel with me at the news desk at the Meteorot News Network, or if we decide to play another game sometime.
Album, welcome over to your workshop for whatever you need. But right now, chat.
My desk always has a seat open.
Alrighty. Thank you all to the wonderful beings that accompany us on this night. I need you all to do me one last solid, and it is to take the raid on. This time, I'm gonna create the raid because I gotta get out in a jiffy. I gotta take care of some medical stuff. I gotta take care of some more little things that I just gotta take care of. Little VTuber things. And I'm gonna have on Tuesday night plenty of new updates. The biggest update that I have related to Cyber Sane and my re-debut that I'm, what we are designing, because it's not just me. It was it's a collaborative work of the community, and those VTuber that are really close to me that helped me a lot. I really thank them. I saw some of them here in the chat passing around too. I really want to thank all of you for giving your input. It means a lot to me, and everyone that helps around with the show as well. Thank you, Danny, for the raid and introducing more people to this kind of show. I just want to do that, and I hope you all like it. I'll see you all on the Discord channel, and since you do a lot of YouTube videos, can you please do my YouTube outro? Can you do an outro for this video right now?
An outro for Saint Cisco. Oh, what an honor. Let me see. Let me see. Put me on the spot right here. Let me see. Oh boy. Well, I guess it's been fun. We've covered a lot of topics that have been very touching on our nostalgia bits, talking about older shows and games that we enjoyed, older series. But no, I think it's been until next time. I think you guys are looking forward to being insane in the membrane with Sane here. Looking forward to next time.
No, I really appreciate it. Thank you. That was well spoken. I need to speak like that on my outros. I need to stop being so insane and more professional.
Honestly, I thought that was very scuffed, but if you like it, that's all that matters.
Yo, speaking of shows, I'm gonna be a guest this week on Dr. Leon, a next VTuber guest show as well. So, and they're right here in the chat as well. So check them out, everyone. And as for all of you, you have a wonderful night and go on ahead with the raid. Bye bye, everyone.
Farewell. Have fun, folks.
Alrighty. Stream has officially stopped. Can you give me 1 second? Can you please? I'm gonna listen to the raider. The person we rated right now. I just rated desync. Let me see if they're saying anything right now, just in case.
Insane raid. Wow. What's good, Raiders? It's me, Desync. We're copycat shapes.
Thank you so much for everything, honestly. It was truly an honor to have you here.
How you doing? What was you
Oh,
doing?
and it was an absolute treat to be here with you as well, Sane. Like I said, I've never actually been invited to someone else's channel before, so it was kind of it was honestly really exciting to hear that you wanted to have me on there, and even just have a friendly chat like that too. Like it's nice to feel like that, to feel included like that and everything, and it's been fun. I enjoyed it, and like I said, I always have a seat open at the desk with me on my channel. So if you decide that you want to, take the dive, that get jump in both feet wet into like Meteorot S or anything like that. I basically cover everything. I have, if you want to learn how to play, I've covered it. I have Google Docs, I have strategy guides, I got everything. It's all legitimately covered. But yeah, there's always a seat at the desk. If you want to coordinate a game or do anything, we can absolutely try to make something happen.
No, I really appreciate it. And if you got anything you want to ask me, just make sure my DMs are always open. I know that I'm not the most talkative person. Normally, I just leave the conversations to, hey, I talk when I need it, but as long as people are doing okay and they're good with me, they're always welcome to just drop a DM on me.
I have the same kind of disposition too. Like if you ask me a question or if you want to talk to something, just message me. Like I'm not like big scary mean. I'm not gonna